Back with first trades right here on ET now. And given the volatility in the market, let's take a closer look at what's really happening within the F&O universe. And I'm going to hand it over to Sajid for F&O 360.
Thanks, Aisha. Welcome to F&O 360. Let's look at what's happening in the F&O market, especially in the futures and options market. In the futures, Nifty is up nearly 0.5%, and you're going to see the premium at nearly 91. And there's an open interest build-up happening at nearly 2% increase in open interest for the Nifty futures there. In Nifty Bank, again, there is some build-up of open interest coming in today. The stock is the index is up nearly 0.3%, and premium at 308, and open interest up nearly 3.2% there. There's long build-up which is happening in many of the Nifty Bank constituents. If you look at the snapshot of Nifty Bank as we speak, SGFC, we've seen a short build-up there. ICICI Bank short build-up, Axis and SBI, the top four banks of the Nifty Bank index showing a short build-up there. But you have long build-up coming in Kotak, you have IndusInd, Bank of Baroda, where we are seeing a long build-up happening. There's a short covering happening at Bank of India there, and again in other banks like PNB, Bandhan, AU Small Finance and Federal, where there's a long build-up coming up, getting build-up there. So going to the futures gainers, you have or open interest OI change. We have most active at 24,600 put. There's a lot of activity happening at that level because the index is currently at that level there, and a lot of put action being there, which is basically gives you an indication that 24,600 is trying to become a support for the market at this point in time, even though the market is trading in a narrow range there. There's still a call build-up happening at 24,600, 24,700, 24,800. So there's some resistance coming in. If you look at the distribution chart for the options, how it's looking now, you have the key resistance coming up at 25,000, but at 24,600, as I said, there is a tussle between the call writers and the put writers there. There is backup which is coming up at 24,500, where the put open interest is much higher. So in case if the Nifty does correct below 24,600 during the day, you have a base coming up at 24,500 for the market. On the futures gainers, we have Nalco, which is up nearly 7%. We have Hindalco, which is up nearly 6% there, and Mazagon Dock up nearly 5.4%. Among losers, futures losers, you have Swiggy, which is down 2.4%. Eternal, both the quick commerce companies are seeing some pressure there, and then you have Intergroup, which is again down 1.46%. Among the open interest gainers, that's interesting lot which is coming in. Bharat Forge, there's a long build-up coming up for Bharat Forge. Nalco, again long build-up being seen, and Hitachi Energy, again long build-up seeing with open interest up nearly 4.26%. Among OI losers, you have BDL. There's a short covering which is happening, as a result of which there's we are seeing unwinding of contract. Again in Biocon, we are seeing some kind of unwinding of contracts happening there, and Zydus too. There's a short covering which is happening, as a result of which there's some unwinding of contracts happening in these three things. Amongst the most active options, Reliance 1400 call is the most active as we speak. The futures is trading very close to the 1400 level. You have the open interest, which has fallen by nearly 8.8 lakh contracts or so, and that's an unwinding which is happening, which as we see, and that also reflects that there is a push for Reliance going forward, because the unwinding of positions happening at 1400 call there. Among the put, you have L&T 3700 March put, which is the most active. The premium is down nearly 30 rupees or so. There's 84,000 crores of addition in contracts in 3700 put, and that seems to be the next support level which is coming in for L&T at 3700. So that's a snapshot of what's happening in the F&O market. Thank you for watching F&O 360.
Okay, and on that note, we're also going to wind it up right here in this edition of the Market and First Trades. It's a goodbye from Harsh and me.